How a person dies says everything about how they lived. Most people fear death and run from it. They bargain with time. They hide behind distractions. But when the final moment comes, the truth emerges. One man, a Roman philosopher, statesman, and Stoic, faced his death calmly. Not because he welcomed it, but because he had rehearsed it, reflected on it, and was ready. This is the story of Lucius Annaeus Seneca. And this is his final lesson: dying with dignity. Part 1. The context. Seneca's last days. Seneca was one of the most prominent Stoics of his time. He served as tutor and advisor to Emperor Nero, a man who would later become his executioner. As Nero descended into tyranny, Seneca withdrew from public life. He tried to live quietly, writing his letters and essays, preparing for death, though he did not seek it. In 65 CE, Nero accused Seneca of conspiracy in a failed plot. Without trial, he was ordered to take his own life. How did Seneca respond? Without panic, without begging, without resentment. He simply asked for a pen and began writing his final thoughts. He greeted death the way a Stoic would greet a guest, with calm preparation and quiet resolve. Part 2. Stoicism and mortality. The Stoics did not see death as a tragedy. They saw it as a fact, part of nature, part of reason, part of life's rhythm. Seneca wrote often about death in his letters. Rehearse death. It is not that we are given a short life, but that we waste much of it. The goal was not to chase death, but to stop fearing it, to become familiar with it, to live in such a way that when the final moment arrives, we are not surprised, only prepared. Seneca believed that philosophy is a training for death, because when you understand how to die well, you learn how to live well. Part 3. How Seneca faced his death. According to Tacitus, the Roman historian, Seneca received the death order with composure. He turned to his friends and said, "What need is there to weep over a thing that can be conquered by the mind?" He asked for the blade. His veins were opened, but his body, weakened by age and illness, bled slowly. So he drank poison, the hemlock used in ancient executions. Still, he lingered. Finally, he entered a warm bath and suffocated himself with steam. This, he hoped, would release his spirit peacefully. This wasn't a brutal act. It was a final act of integrity, carried out with serenity, consciousness, and honor. Seneca didn't just write about Stoicism, he proved it. Part 4. What dying with dignity really means. Dignity doesn't mean control over death. It means composure in the face of the uncontrollable. It means not cursing fate. It means not clinging to what must be let go. Seneca faced death with no rage, no bitterness, no victimhood. He accepted it because he had accepted his nature. He wrote, "Let us prepare our minds as if we had come to the very end of life. Let us postpone nothing. Balance the books each day." This was his approach, to die daily in the philosophical sense, to rehearse the end so that it would not feel foreign when it arrived. Part 5. Why most people fear death. Most people fear death not because they love life, but because they live unexamined lives. They know they've wasted time. They know they've betrayed their values. They know they've left things unsaid, undone, unhealed. So when death approaches, they panic because they've never practiced dying. But the Stoic prepares. Every day, they reflect on memento mori. Remember, you must die, not to become morbid, but to become mindful. Part 6. Memento mori. The Stoic practice of remembering death. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think." This is the heartbeat of Stoicism. To live with urgency, without anxiety. To be ready not just someday, but now. Seneca reminded us, death is the destination we all share. It is nothing to be feared, for it is the only thing that happens to everyone. So he befriended death. He studied it. He wrote about it. He didn't pretend it wouldn't come. He just made sure it wouldn't defeat him. Part 7. What we learn from Seneca's final hours. Seneca's death teaches us many things. But here are 3 we can carry forward. 1. Live with alignment. Seneca didn't fear dying because he had lived according to his values. He had practiced what he preached. So death, for him, was not a failure but a completion. 2. Let go of what you can't control. He didn't fight Nero's order. He didn't plead. He focused on the only thing that was still his attitude. 3. Prepare your soul daily. Seneca often said, "He who learns how to die has unlearned how to be a slave." The fear of death makes us cling to status, money, comfort. But once you're free of that fear, you live boldly, truthfully, fully. Part 8. The modern application. What does dying with dignity look like today? It doesn't mean choosing how or when we die. It means choosing how we meet the moment when it comes. To die with dignity is to have lived in truth, to leave no words of love unsaid, to carry no shame in your soul, to need no applause, no excuses, no unfinished apologies. It means having nothing to hide and nothing to fear. Seneca's final lesson is this: you don't need more time, you need more clarity. Part 9. Prepare for death to live well. Seneca didn't want us to obsess over death, but to be shaped by it. He wrote, "No man can have a peaceful life who thinks too much about lengthening it." So what should we focus on? Depth over duration, virtue over vanity, meaning over comfort. Prepare for death, not by withdrawing from life, but by entering it more fully, more consciously, more gratefully. If you can say, "I am ready," not just in word, but in spirit, then death has no power over you. Seneca's death was not the end of his teaching. It was the culmination of it. His calm in the face of mortality echoes across time. It reminds us that death is not the enemy. Cowardice is. If you want to honor Seneca, don't just admire how he died. Live how he lived, with intention, with courage, with awareness of the end, and the strength to walk toward it with open eyes. Thank you for watching Stoic Mindset. Until next time, memento mori, and live with dignity.